Criminal Record is a British crime thriller television series created by Paul Ruttman. It consists of 8 episodes and premiered on Apple TV Plus on the 10th of January 2024. Episode 1 starts from the bustling streets of London. The neon lights flickered as Daniel Hegarty smoothly navigated his car through the maze of traffic. His passengers, a couple in the backseat, were oblivious to the fact that their chauffeur was more than he appeared. Hegarty, a police officer by day, had chosen this unconventional side gig for reasons he kept close to his chest. Yet, when probed by his passengers, he couldn't resist sharing a shocking tale from his day job, leaving the couple wide-eyed with disbelief. Meanwhile, in a dimly lit phone booth, a woman's trembling fingers dialed the emergency line. Jasmine Peters, the calm voice on the other end, listened intently as the woman poured out her fears of an abusive partner. Refusing to disclose her identity, she painted a grim picture of a past murder and a present threat to her life. As Jasmine scrambled to trace her location, the woman's haunting words lingered in her mind, a chilling echo of past horrors. Alerted to the call, DC June Lenker's curiosity was piqued. Delving into the case, she uncovered unsettling connections to an old investigation led by none other than Daniel Hegarty. Despite attempts to dissuade her, June's determination only grew stronger, fueled by a sense of justice and a nagging suspicion of racial bias lurking beneath the surface. At home, June confided in her partner Leo, whose skepticism only fueled her resolve. As she embraced her son, her thoughts lingered on the dangerous path she had chosen to tread. Meanwhile, Hegarty's clandestine maneuvers to suppress June's inquiries sent ripples through the department, triggering an unexpected investigation into June's own actions. Undeterred, June sought allies in her quest for truth, finding solace in the insights of Sonia, a former colleague with insider knowledge of the case. With each revelation, June's conviction solidified. Bite marks that didn't match, a confession under dubious circumstances, every detail pointed to a flawed investigation tainted by prejudice. As June dug deeper, she uncovered a glimmer of hope in the form of Patrick, Errol's estranged son. Despite a troubled past, Patrick's newfound redemption hinted at untold truths waiting to be unearthed. Yet amidst the unfolding drama, tragedy struck with cruel swiftness. Maria, the voice from the phone booth, met a grisly end, her desperate plea for help echoing in June's ears as she arrived too late to save her. In the wake of Maria's death, June's resolve hardened, a silent vow to bring justice to those silenced by violence and prejudice. And as the city slept, a storm brewed on the horizon, threatening to engulf them all in its relentless pursuit of truth. June stood in the dimly lit apartment, her heart racing as she knelt beside Maria's lifeless body. Checking for a pulse, her worst fears were confirmed. Maria was dead. With a surge of determination, June raced to the block of flats, her footsteps echoing in the empty corridor as she pressed the button for the 9th floor. Entering the apartment where the murder took place, June was met with a scene of chaos, signs of damage and splattered paint everywhere. Amidst the chaos, she spotted a white man, Clive Silcox, the prime suspect, making a swift exit. Without hesitation, June pursued him, but her efforts were futile as Clive overpowered her, assaulting her before fleeing. In the hospital, bruised and shaken, June received a visit from Chambers, who revealed Clive's criminal record, rife with sexual assaults. Determined to pursue justice for Maria and to exonerate Errol, June resolved to track down Clive. With Leo by her side, June's resolve only strengthened, despite her son's social media blunder, which inadvertently brought attention to her injuries. Back on the case, June faced resistance from Hegarty, who dismissed her pleas to investigate the connection between Maria's call and the old murder. Undeterred, June pressed on, even as racism reared its ugly head with a hateful message spray painted on her car. Refusing to back down, June defied orders and sought out Errol's mother, Doris, who harbored deep mistrust for the police. Doris's revelations about Hegarty's deceit only fueled June's determination to seek justice. In her pursuit of truth, June enlisted the help of Sonia, uncovering ties between Clive and Errol's past. But tensions with Leo mounted as he remained oblivious to the racism plaguing June's professional life. Following a lead, June found herself at the doorstep of a suspicious woman linked to Clive. Racing against time, she intervened in a potential assault, bravely rescuing 2 women and apprehending Clive as the house erupted in flames. Despite her heroic efforts, June faced skepticism from Hegarty, who questioned her motives and accused her of bias. Undeterred, June stood her ground, denying any wrongdoing as she fought for justice. As the dust settled, June found solace in a moment of normalcy, playing football with her son in the garden. But her respite was short-lived as Chambers delivered news of a breakthrough: permission to interview Clive, albeit with restrictions. In the interrogation room, June confronted Clive, defying orders to focus solely on Maria's murder. But her efforts were thwarted by Hegarty and Chambers, who shut down the interview, dismissing June's claims of a connection to Adelaide's murder. Alone and defeated, June sought refuge in the bathroom, grappling with the weight of betrayal. But Jasmine's words reignited her determination, propelling her to press on despite the odds. The episode culminated in a revelation: the possibility that the woman from the phone box might still be alive, offering a glimmer of hope in the fight to prove Errol's innocence. With Sonia by her side, June vowed to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. Episode 3. In the sprawling expanse of a city park, the tranquility of the afternoon is shattered by the crack of gunfire. A young boy, innocent and unsuspecting, falls to the ground, a victim caught in the crossfire of a gang-related altercation. The scene is chaotic as law enforcement rushes to the scene, their radios crackling with urgency. Enter Detective Inspector Hegarty, a seasoned investigator with a no-nonsense demeanor. He takes charge as the senior investigating officer, CO, on the case, his sharp eyes scanning the scene for clues amidst the chaos. Alongside him is DS Kim Cardwell, a diligent officer with a reputation for thoroughness. Meanwhile, in a nondescript office, Detective Lenker, a determined young officer with her own agenda, is busy printing out posters asking, "Do you know this woman?" Her focus, however, is soon diverted by a call for volunteers to join the team working on the boy's shooting case. Seeing an opportunity to get closer to Hegarty, Lenker agrees to lend her expertise to the investigation. As the investigation unfolds, it is revealed that the young boy has miraculously survived, though with a bullet lodged in his head. Hegarty, begrudgingly acknowledging Lenker's presence on the team, assigns her tasks with a skeptical eye. DS Cardwell, too, introduces himself to Lenker, while Hegarty himself takes a moment to welcome her aboard. Amidst the flurry of activity, Lenker finds herself drawn into a parallel investigation involving an old case, that of Errol Mathis. Sonia, a mysterious figure with insider knowledge, offers Lenker the evidence box pertaining to the case. Initially hesitant, Lenker reluctantly accepts, her curiosity piqued by the enigmatic circumstances surrounding Mathis' arrest. Unbeknownst to Lenker, Hegarty catches wind of her unauthorized activities through a chance encounter with DS Tony Guilfoyle. Suspicious of Lenker's motives, Hegarty's suspicions are further fueled when he discovers the posters she had been printing. Undeterred, Lenker delves deeper into the Mathis case, immersing herself in crime scene videos and witness interviews. Her conversations with Sonia reveal tantalizing clues, hinting at a deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface. Sonia proposes a clandestine meeting with Mathis in prison, an offer that Lenker cautiously accepts. Meanwhile, Hegarty summons Lenker to the hospital to meet with the shooting victim's mother, who specifically requests her presence. In a tender moment, Lenker offers comfort to the grieving woman, unaware of Hegarty's watchful gaze from afar. Later, as Lenker and Hegarty convene in his car, their conversation is interrupted by a phone call. Seizing the opportunity, Lenker discreetly pockets a business card for Hegarty's chauffeur business, her mind buzzing with unanswered questions. At the prison, Lenker employs a clever ruse to gain access to Mathis, posing as a visitor for another inmate. Alone with Mathis, Lenker probes him for information, her questions unearthing unsettling truths about his case. Meanwhile, a breakthrough in the shooting case sends shockwaves through the department. Armed officers descend on the location of the suspected gunman, only to find he has vanished into thin air. Hegarty, alerted to Lenker's unauthorized prison visit, watches in silence as she unknowingly faces imminent danger. A tense standoff ensues, culminating in a moment of hesitation that could have deadly consequences. Miraculously, Lenker emerges unscathed, but the encounter leaves lingering questions about Hegarty's true motives. As they reconvene, Lenker offers a plausible explanation for her absence, though her half-truths only serve to deepen the rift between them. As the episode draws to a close, Hegarty prepares for a high-stakes press conference, his carefully crafted facade beginning to crack under the weight of mounting pressure. And in the shadows, Lenker receives a cryptic call that unravels a web of deceit, exposing corruption at the highest levels of law enforcement. Maureen sat with her daughter June, pride swelling in her heart as she watched June, alongside Leo and their son, in a press conference. Yet, beneath the surface, simmered a deep-seated hatred for the police, a reflection of the racism her husband had faced. Meanwhile, Detective Hegarty interrogated Jason Reeve, suspected in the shooting of Isaac. Despite Hegarty's push for prosecution, Lenker hesitated, sensing there was more to the story. As Lenker and Sonia pursued leads, they encountered Carla, a key figure shrouded in mystery. A tip-off to the police helpline shifted the focus to a white assailant, complicating the investigation further. Amidst the chaos, tensions within the department escalated. Hegarty clashed with Cardwell over Lenker's inquiries into the Errol Mathis case, while Lenker's pursuit of justice led her to Hassad, sparking memories of past missteps. Patrick, Errol's son, stumbled upon a glimmer of hope in his father's case, igniting a quest for truth. Lenker's relentless search for Mustafa, the alibi witness, uncovered a haunting revelation, adding another layer of complexity to Errol's conviction. But as Lenker closed in on the truth, threats loomed closer. A targeted attack on her car forced her into round-the-clock protection, amplifying the stakes of her investigation. Hegarty's interference reached new heights, culminating in Lenker's forced removal from the case. Yet, amidst the turmoil, a group claiming responsibility for the attack on Lenker's car hinted at a more sinister agenda at play. As Hegarty coerced information from Jason, internal affairs descended upon Lenker, adding fuel to her suspicions of a vendetta orchestrated from within. Determined to unravel the web of deceit, Lenker confronted DCI Chambers, unearthing a dangerous alliance between Hegarty and unseen forces. But as the shadows grew darker, a beacon of hope emerged in the form of Carla, warning of looming danger and the need to tread carefully. With each revelation, the lines between truth and deception blurred, leaving Lenker and Sonia on the precipice of a conspiracy that threatened to consume them both. Lenker and Leo sat across from their guest, a psychiatrist, discussing Errol's case over dinner. The psychiatrist delved into the intricacies of memory, suggesting Errol's confession might have been influenced by traumatic events. Meanwhile, Lenker, suspicious of police corruption, investigated Clive Silcox's connection to a murder case but was stonewalled by Hegarty. She pressed Clive for information about a combat league and its possible ties to Hegarty and others. Visiting Guilfoyle, Lenker confronted him about his involvement with a neo-Nazi group, sparking threats and calls to silence her. Suspicious of Hegarty's activities, Sonia speculated about his involvement in drug dealing. Chaos erupted when Jacob, Lenker's son, was wrongfully arrested for drug possession, escalating tensions between Lenker and Leo, who doubted Hegarty's involvement. Determined to uncover the truth, Lenker arrested a heroin dealer, suspecting Hegarty's connection. Confronting Hegarty at St. Leonard's docks, she revealed Jacob's arrest, prompting Hegarty to shift blame onto Cardwell. As tension simmered, Patrick, Errol's son, entered a mysterious apartment, hinting at further intrigue. The episode concluded with June, Sonia, and Doris uncovering evidence suggesting Errol's arrest was unjust. As tensions continued to mount, Lenker grappled with the weight of her suspicions in the relentless pursuit of justice. Leo, torn between loyalty and doubt, struggled to reconcile his feelings amidst the chaos surrounding Jacob's wrongful arrest. Meanwhile, Hegarty's manipulative tactics and clandestine dealings threatened to unravel the fragile balance of power within the precinct. As Lenker dug deeper into the murky underworld of corruption and deceit, she found herself confronting not only external adversaries but also internal conflicts. With each revelation, the lines between right and wrong blurred, leaving her to navigate a treacherous path fraught with danger and uncertainty. Yet, fueled by her unwavering determination and sense of duty, Lenker pressed forward, determined to uncover the truth and expose those responsible for the injustices plaguing her community. And as the shadows of corruption loomed ever larger, she knew that the battle for justice was far from over.